Let's continue with the coordinates of a vector. So once again, coordinates of a vector are here the numbers x and y, such that u equals to x times I plus y times j. Here are vectors, the base vectors I and j. So we have to answer the question how many I vectors are in U, and we can see there are 1, 2 I vectors in U, and 1, 2 J vectors in U. So numbers x and y are 2 and 2, and we can write vector u as a column vector of component 2, 2. Now as an exercise, change the vector and as an exercise find the coordinates of this vector. Pause the tape and find the coordinates of u. Now if your coordinates are 3 and 2, your answer is correct. Another exercise. Now let me change the vector. Find the coordinates of this vector. Pause the tape and find the coordinates. Now if the coordinates of vector u are that you found are 5 and 2, then your answer is correct. Another exercise. Let me change the vector. Okay, pause the tape and find the coordinates of u. And now the coordinates of u are 4. We are going 1, 2, 3, 4 units to the right, and 1, 2 units down. So the components of the vector are 4 and -2. One more exercise. Let me change the vector. Now pause the tape and find the coordinates of this vector. Okay, here in this case we go 1 unit to the left, so it is -1i, and 2 units down, so it is -2 j's. So the components of the vector are -1 and -2. Okay. Now let's notice something important, how we can find the components of a vector faster using the coordinates of points P and S. So here are the coordinates of P and here are the coordinates of S. And now the coordinates of the vector are 4 and 2. You can notice that 4 is the result of a subtracting 2 from 6. And 2, the second coordinate of vector u, is the result of subtracting 1 from 3. So if we want to find the first coordinate, we subtract 6 minus 2. And we want to find the second coordinate, we subtract 1 from 3. 3 minus 1 is the second coordinate. And this works also for negative coordinates. So here the first coordinate is positive because vector u can be represented as a sum of two vectors. One is going 2 units to the right, so it's positive. 4 minus 2 is positive, and 2 units down, which is negative 1 minus 1, which is negative 2. So you can see that this approach works also for negative coordinates. Let's have another example here. So the coordinates of this vector are negative 1 minus 2, which is minus 3, one, 2, 3 units to the left, and negative 1 minus 1, which is negative 2, and 2 units down. Now let's do more exercises using this approach. So subtracting we will find the coordinates of a vector by subtracting the coordinates of two endpoints of the vector. Now let me change the vector. Here you will have the coordinates of vector PS and find the coordinates of vector u. Okay. Find the coordinates of this vector. Pause the tape. And now if the coordinates of the vector that you found are negative 1 and 3, then you are correct. So 1 minus 2 is negative 1, and 4 minus 1 is 3. Another example. Now pause the tape and find the coordinates of this vector. Now if you found the coordinates negative 3 and 2, then you are correct. And let's check it. Negative 1 minus 2 is negative 3. So the first vector along the x-axis goes 3 units to the left. Vector v goes 3 units to the left. Okay, and now the vector along y-axis is 1 minus negative 1, and minus negative 1 is plus 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So the other vector w goes 2 units up.